Hey boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, Vortex82, and today I'm doing my War Robots Remastered video. So I don't normally get a chance to get onto the test server very much, but had a bit of a crack at it this weekend, and purely because I wanted to see how Remastered would work on my device, and to help other people to realise that you may actually be able to run it on your device when you get to. I run an iPhone XR. I'm on iOS, and a lot of this is run on my Wi-Fi. Although I did do one off my mobile or cellular data. So have a watch of this and enjoy. So it is interesting. This is no modules, no pilots, no drones on this test. So there's not as much load as you probably would have on the main server. Also, there's not as many people playing the test server as there is on the live server. So interesting how squishy some of these bots really are without the modules and without the drones. Just like my my Cerberus here that dies in like 10 seconds. Okay, so I really didn't have a great run with this thing. This is the Hawk. I've got no experience other than running this on the test server, so a few of my guys would be very disappointed with my performance in this thing. My trusty Magnum Blitz, and it still goes alright, although it's very, very easy to kill without the Clive's trick and without the modules and, you know, yada yada yada. But the Magnums are still fun here. So while we take the long walk down to where everyone's battling, just have a look around. The shadows are really crisp as you walk in and out. Your robot changes from light to dark, and some of the rocket effects and weapon effects are really, really nice. Like the rockets here, which look like they're spirals or something. They look almost realistic. Look at the fly, just very, very nice visual effects. So, still one of my most favourite looking robots, and most fun to play when you get it right is the Raven. Just look at the way the jump gets fired. The rocket effects that come off the Columbus is really nice. Just the flame effect behind the rockets. And you'll notice another thing which I didn't notice on the live server with my own Raven is that when you jump, or even when you're in the air, the tail spreads open. Just some cool little effects like that just jump out when you play, and especially with the high-end graphics. So here we go again with another run with the high graphics. Still very crisp. This is still only the 30 frames per second, not the 60. But, still very, very sharp. The shadows are sharp. Everything changes as you move. The smoke coming out of the old nuclear power plant. A lot of little features here. Even the clouds in the backdrop. The water along the dock around the shipwreck is very cool, although there's no splashing, it's just basically water effect. effects with the plasma weapons are really cool too. They're just nice and give it a nice effect. And this is funny. Watch this. I stole 2 kills off this poor old mate here. This one was with the DOT effect on the Cerberus. Poor old mate. Have a look at the effects that they put with the Nodens. I'm going to run in here. It wasn't intentional that I ran in here. I was just trying... I still remember having Clive ability on it and just like brain fade. But I'm going to run in here in a minute and just show you exactly what this thing looks like up close, floating around on the battlefield. Alright, here we go. Chopping away, chopping away. Let's have a go. 2, 1. Alright, let's have a look. Going to run in. Alright, in a minute. I've got my own personal lag. Alright, here we go. Ability, jump it in there. And just have a look. Look at all the hovering jets. Look at all the what do you call it? Thrusters underneath it. How cool does this look? There's a whole range of different colours and look at all the effects with the freeze weapons on it. Just very, very pretty looking robot here. It does stand out like, you know what I mean, across the across the other side of the battlefield. It's kind of like in the old days when trebuchets were lit right up. You could tell they were lit up, ready to fire from 1,000 meters away. It's yeah, very, very sharp. Even look at the effects on the plasma weapons from the Ming as well. Very, very cool. Even the Ao Ming, when it's on the ground, it's got what looks like its defense system. That's all of the sparks that seem to come out the side. But in the air, you've seen that one there with the heal ability. It's a big glowing orb above it now. It's not just like almost like a symbol. And the way the weapons fire, each little cannon has its own, its own discharge. Yeah, the effects I'm actually really happy with this, and there's no lag. I don't know whether you've noticed, but I haven't had a single bit of lag in any of these games yet. No one's jumping around. I haven't been firing at someone only to find out that they're killing me from 50 meters from the other side. If this is how it's going to run on the live server, I think a lot of players are actually going to be a lot happier. Okay, so this is the mid-range graphics. So this, I guess, is sort of if you're running older devices than what I'm running, or you're having trouble with your Wi-Fi or even your cellular service. You can see there the shadows aren't as crisp, and that you don't have a proper outline of the robot on the ground. But the same with the buildings; they're sort of fuzzy, but it still looks really nice compared to, a lot of other things in the current server. In the live server now, it's actually really nice. If this was the performance, if you didn't have a performance graphics on top of this, you'd be pretty happy with the way this looks, even though it's kind of fuzzy. But, you see the weapons don't quite have as much effect. Like there's not arcs coming off the main arc on those weapons off the AJ there, and you can see that the dispersion on my Magnums isn't quite the same either. It's sort of more of a flash now rather than yeah, rather than a dispersive effect. Okay, so I get fried in about a second here, but watch this. This is the flames from the Dragon Breath on the Algin, in amongst the lightning from the Calamities. Again, a very cool effects with some of this stuff. They actually really do look like a flamethrower now. Okay, so let's get a bit of my own revenge on Mr. Algin here with his calamities, and I'll take him out with my my trusty old Cerberus.
Double kill.
Okay, let's line up our second Algin, just for a little bit of fun.
Triple kill.
So here's something interesting to note, that during the heat of battle, it is kind of difficult to try and determine whether something like a Ravana is sitting in Transcendence, just because there's so much visual effect going on around it.
Double kill.
Alright, here we go with this thing again, a second attempt. Really not happy with this thing. This is, but then I'm not skilled with it at all. It's quite squishy on the ground without the modules and everything. And like I said, I don't run this in my hangar. This is it was put here, and I went, I'll have a crack at it. But yeah, I'm not happy with it here. It's just not fun. Alright, look at all the cool effects that come from the Phantom, all the glowing that comes out of the top of it from its speed boost under ability, and the defense ability. It's just kind of little bits and pieces like that are cool. And look at the rockets too. It looks like what looks like dry ice vapor that's coming out of the top of that sinister cryo I've got on the top. Okay, just a quick sit in the hangar here. So you can see, other than the Hawk, I pretty much duplicated what I run in my live server hangar. In here is where we set all our different settings. So now you can see this is on the high setting. I'm also going to switch it to 60 frames per second, and then you'll see how this goes. This is the last thing for this video. So this is our high-end graphics with 60 frames per second. So just to point out the difference between the performance and this high-end graphics, you can see there I'm practically shooting at nothing, but just the way the effect from the magnums kind of disperses out from the weapon as you fire. Just one of the differences I noticed between performance and this high-end graphics. Okay, here's a little stint that shows you a lot of different effects. So, well, my machine guns, but look at the effects that come off the plasma weapons off that Ming. There's the healing effect on top of my Ming, that green orb. And then you've also got all the sparks and that come out the bottom, which I can only think is the defense system that applies to the robot when it's on the ground. All these little effects just make this look really cool, this remastered. I know a lot of people have sort of complained about the live server and things that have been going on, but maybe they have been channeling a fair bit of cost towards doing this remastered, and if so, if that's what they've done, then I think players are going to be quite happy with the end result. I'm actually quite happy with the way this plays and the way it looks on the test server. I think Wow, that's interesting there. So that's never been there before either. That gap, that that bit missing out of the side of the building. He's actually managed to snipe me through the middle of that. But like I was saying, like I'm actually really happy with the way this looks and plays. If this is how it plays on the live server, then this is going to be a pretty good win for the company for the graphics side of things and for the gameplay side of things. The targeting still is a bit off though. That's the only thing I did really notice.
Mighty Split
Alright, another high level graphics play, and you'll see here in a minute, see old mate Scorpion over here. I fired him a couple of times or something to say, look mate, I'll help you out. Can you hang around and give me a bit of a support? But we'll get into battle here and we'll see what goes on. Still love the Magnums, even on the test server, they really do well. But alright, so Phantom goes away, but where's old mate gone? Oh, he's left me on my own, and I'm in a lot of trouble and pretty much dead. So I've got no chance against this Scorpion face to face.
Double kill.
Alright, this is not patting myself on the back really, but have a look at this. This is my second Scorpion I've taken down with this this Cerberus, and I was talking on the Facebook the other day about this, about sitting back and using the Cerberus as a support bot, specifically for taking out those particular robots. So this was fun here. This Nodens operator beside me really knew what he was doing. He helped me out. I don't know whether he was getting upset with me or whatever, but also another thing to note, look up on the horizon there. That's a Nodens, and you can tell it by all the flames underneath it. It really does stand out, the same as what trebuchets did back in the day. Right, so here's just a quick example I've seen with the targeting. So I'm targeting this Nodens, and I know I didn't lock the target, but it switches from the one I want to shoot at straight to the one beside it, which, again, that's probably more of my own issue, but it cost me a kill for one, but it probably didn't help me survive either. Okay, so here again, the same thing with the targeting. It's jumping from target to target, but this thing's not. I really actually do not like this Hawk on the test server. It's just not overly powerful, and even when you land on the ground, you're basically dead in no time. Although, like, I'm landing in the middle of everybody, I mean, but I don't really know how to use it. Again, another look at the magnificent effects of this. The ice rockets with the explosions, the thrusters underneath the motors, and everything else going on. It's actually very busy, but it looks really nice and I'm really happy with the way the remastered has come up. And yeah, we got defeated, but that wasn't the point of the test, really, was it? But I did do quite well. We did have a guy drop out. So, as a recap, this is a test server, so I'm not tech savvy, but there's not as many people playing it. There's not as many options like modules and pilots and drones, so to me that sort of says that there's not as much information going across the server as well. There is a lot of graphics going on, and If you run the high-end graphics, you'll absolutely smash through battery on your device. I run 5 games the other day, so I've run a few more games than what I've actually recorded. But I ran 5 games the other day, and I think I used about 40% battery on my phone, on my device. It was fully charged, and I had about 60% left after 5 games. I was recording at the same time too, though. Also, we're not running Discord behind this, so I wasn't running Discord in the background. So again, that's another load on top of the game. So once this goes to live server, and again, I'm not tech savvy, but it is going to be a lot more highly loaded than what it is on the test server. If it does still perform the way it does here, I'm going to be wrapped. Like not 1 ounce of lag, even though I was running off my mobile data or my cellular data. So yeah, very very happy with it. Thanks for watching. Sorry this video is so long, but I really wanted to capture the test server well for the people that do follow my channel, and for potentially people that want to follow my channel. In saying that, like and subscribe, and catch you next time. Thanks guys. See ya.